Why are you an extremist?
I respect you.
I don't care if you respect me. You should watch what happens to the animals. How would you feel if someone came over to you with a dog bone in your hand and it was like, ha 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 ha? The sign says if you're not vegan, you support animal abuse. Do you agree with the sign or disagree?
I agree with it, innit?
You agree with the sign?
I think it is animal abuse, yeah.
Okay. Do you agree or disagree?
A bit of both, really.
A bit of both?
Yeah.
Explain that.
So, like, I agree. It is, like, obviously harmful to the animals and stuff, but it's, like, good for us that are actually consuming them, stuff like that.
Okay, so you agree, you actually do agree that with the sign that it is, if you're not vegan, you do support animal abuse, but you both think you need to eat animals to survive, is that right?
Not to survive.
No, not to survive, but like
even more healthier than the normal.
So you don't think you can be healthy as a vegan?
You can be healthy, but I'm trying to get big. Like hench, like my man there.
And he's vegan?
He's vegan.
If you knew that you could be healthy and thrive as a vegan and not harm animals, do you think it's the moral thing to do is to be vegan?
Probably.
Yeah?
To help animals, 100%.
Yeah, okay, cool. So would I be right in presuming you're both against animal abuse?
Yeah.
Yeah? So when was it then, do you think, in your life where you became extremists and started to eat animals' bodies and breast milk and eggs? Because you're born into this world against animal abuse, right?
Yeah.
Whereas now, you're living in a way currently, if you're not vegan, that's so extreme that animals are being sent to gas chambers and slaughterhouses to have their throats cut, right?
Yeah.
When do you think that started to happen in your life?
Basically, as soon as I started eating normal food, stopped eating baby food. Yeah, it's like 3, 4. Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
because like what your parents give you, you can't like really say, nah, I don't want to eat. But if your parents give it to you, then like you have to eat it really.
Yeah.
That's how we started,
Yeah, so someone else, another influence has taught you to consume animals' bodies, flesh, milk and eggs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you think you could be against animal abuse whilst paying for animals to go to slaughterhouses?
No, I would try and stop. I've tried to stop eating meat before, but I just can't.
Why did you try and stop eating animals before?
Stop animal abuse, stop playing towards it, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. How about you?
Nah, I don't really like pay that much attention into all that stuff. Really.
Yeah, when you're eating it, you don't really focus on the animal slaughter as much. You don't think about it.
Yeah.
Totally agree. You got it. You got a massive disconnect between what happens inside of a slaughterhouse and when you walk into Sainsbury's or Tesco's and you see a neatly wrapped package on the shelf. Like, I'm not judging you, by the way, because I've not been vegan my whole life. For 26 years, I also consumed animals as well, and dairy and eggs, and went to places like zoos and things. But I never connected to that individual. When I saw a chicken breast, I never saw the chicken behind what actually happened inside of a slaughterhouse. Do you know what happens in the dairy industry?
Nah.
Can I ask you, why do you think cows produce milk? If you hold that, because I don't think it's going to really pick you up.
Yeah.
Why do you think cows produce milk if you share it between you?
For humans to drink it.
For humans to drink it. Okay, how about you? What do you think?
Same thing, probably.
You think for humans to drink? Okay, and why do humans produce milk?
For the babies.
For babies to drink it.
For babies. So why do you think that's different for cows? Why do you think human breast milk is for humans and cow's breast milk is for humans as well?
Not sure. It's a good question, yeah.
Yeah, I used to also think this too. I thought cows ate grass and produced milk, but the only reason a cow produces milk is because she's a mum.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can I show you a video on the dairy industry? Would you?
How long is it?
Literally like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah? Is that all right? Just because you guys seem really nice, and I really wish someone showed me this years ago. Yeah. It's actually what turned me vegan.
I can't watch it, man.
Yeah, you can come see it. So this is the dairy industry. Can you see it?
What's in that car?
So what they have to do to start with is they rape the mother.
Rape?
Yeah, they rape the mother.
Do you mean breed?
They rape the farmer. See here?
The farmer rapes the
Puts his whole entire arm inside of her anus and injects her with all semen.
Well, it's like animals are just, they're not as superior as us.
Who says that?
Me?
You?
Yeah.
So it's really easy when you're that species, right, to be like, oh, they're not as superior as me. What if you were the cow? You would
Can't
value your
comment,
life
I'm
and you
not
would think
cow.
you're superior to maybe you.
No, I agree with that, but like animals are just like they're not as important. Well, they are important, but they're not on our level.
All right, one
Like,
sec.
we
I'll just
control-
explain this bit here.
Yeah.
So basically, after 9 months, the mother gives birth to her baby just like a human. The baby then gets taken from the mother, and the mother cries for her baby because they're maternal animals, just like humans are. If someone took someone's baby from them, they'd be crying. Then they get sent to the slaughterhouse if they're a male because they don't produce milk. So do you know what the industry classes them as?
That's sexism, isn't it?
They class them as a waste product because the dairy industry need to make money, right? They only care about money. They don't care about the animals. So they're not going to feed the males when they're not going to profit from them. So this is what happens to them in a
But
slaughterhouse.
without that breeding stuff, the male wouldn't have even been alive. So.
I'd rather, they're only a few days old. I'd rather never be born into existence to face murder and be hung
Yeah, but
upside down, have my throat
They don't
slit.
have the same thought process as us.
They're not
Like,
as
their
intelligent.
brains aren't as developed. They don't even know what's going on.
Is that a
No,
justification
because
to
there's-
put someone in a
there's
slaughterhouse?
If our whole entire species got killed, then it would make sense, but it doesn't. Do you know what I mean?
Can you
like, if we gave birth to children and then killed them if they weren't what we wanted, it would make sense. Or if you got raped to make kids, then it would make sense, but we don't, so it doesn't. Like,
I don't understand what you mean. How does this justify you putting animals in slaughterhouses?
because they're not as
tastes nice.
smart as us. Wow.
And I just said, okay, what about people who aren't as smart as you?
Cows are not as smart as humans. If they were, we'd be getting quote unquote raped.
Okay, so dogs
and
aren't as smart as humans. Do you put dogs in slaughterhouses too?
In China, yeah. They're pets.
In China they do, yeah. Do you,
killed. In certain places they eat dogs.
there you go, you can keep watching it if you like. Do you think that's right? Do you think that's okay to eat dogs? Do you think it's okay
Personally, no.
No.
But there's a chain
Why?
of being like
Why? Superiority complex over here, they said it's alright to kill cows but not dogs.
no,
If it
because
was
in our
normalised, we'd all be eating dogs.
yeah, it's not normalised.
Oh, so you think you only act on what your culture tells you to do?
Yeah,
Culture determines your morals?
No, because
yeah.
We really can't control that because our people from before, like our parents, our grandparents.
In some countries it's cultural that children have to go and get married to like a really old guy. Do you think that's alright?
No, because that's not my culture.
So that's hypocritical then, because you're trying to justify this because of culture, but then when it's a culture that does something that you don't like, you're then like no. So what else is it?
Well, the bottom line is there's a chain of being like predator prey.
Yeah, but a dog. You just said you're
we don't-
against if this happened to a dog
I am because we don't eat dogs. We eat cows. We eat chicken.
because of culture.
Yeah.
What's the moral difference then between a cow and a dog?
There's more meat on the cow.
Everyone can answer that. And chickens.
I personally, it's seen as normal to eat them sort of animals.
You're
compared
going back to
dogs.
culture again. I'll leave you a minute to have more of a thing. Are you all against animal abuse here? Put your hand up if you're against animal abuse.
what do you consider?
I don't think that's animal abuse.
No, I'm not really.
You think cutting someone's head off isn't animal abuse?
I think that's like
Nah, but
if you
they
think
wouldn't-
about it, that's more murder than abuse because you have to be alive to be.
It is murder, you're right. It's absolute
So
murder.
that's not.
But they wouldn't be alive without the food. If we weren't making them born for food, they wouldn't even be alive.
You're absolutely right. So you have
The
full
whole purpose of
control.
them is to feed us, and also you can't.
So
get
you
our
have
people
you
who
have
are vegan.
you have full control with your money, whether you pay someone else to forcibly breed them, rape them, commodify them, take their babies away from them and send them to slaughterhouses, or you just don't pay for the product and then you're not
And
funding
then what
it.
do you buy?
What do you think? What do you think? Sorry. What do you think you can buy? If you don't want to fund this, what do you think you can buy?
Fruit and vegetables.
You can buy everything else without
But you
animal
need
products.
meat as a human. You need
Why?
to live.
Nutrient.
Protein.
So you, do you not think you can be healthy as a vegan?
Nah.
All protein originally comes from plants. So the animals eat the plants,
Yeah.
and that's how they get their
Not
protein.
really, because some animals eat animals.
And what the animals that they're eating are herbivores who are eating plants.
Yeah.
So plants is the only place that makes protein, yeah? And then you're basically, to get protein at the moment, you're eating the animals' second-hand
But
protein
then surely
through
you're
their
killing
body.
plants.
Yeah.
Pardon?
Plants are alive as well. Then you're killing
Plants
plants.
is a living.
It's
thing.
okay.
They
But they're
are,
not sentient. Do you know what sentience is?
no, but they're a
But they
living
don't-
organism. So we
Are you plant right activists?
Yeah.
we animals
Yeah.
animals eat plants. It's a cycle. That's how it works. That's why some people, not all people, eat meat.
But you don't have to eat animals. That's the point.
You don't have to,
can
but it's a
thrive-
choice.
Right. If you can thrive and survive without harming animals and sending them to gas chambers, these are all baby animals, by the way, who are screaming for their life in gas chambers inside slaughterhouses. They're being raped for the dairy industry, having their babies taken from them. If you can live and survive without doing that to them, surely that's a better thing.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
a better way to
So
live.
then
But
how
that's
are
just
you
not how it works.
how are you justifying it when you know you can survive without doing this to them? How are you justifying putting animals into gas chambers? I'm not
Like-
judging you, by the way. I understand you probably have never thought about this before.
No,
I'm just
like I say,
genuinely
the bottom line, the
curious.
way I just see it is there's a cycle.
But how do you justify it when you don't have to? Regardless of the cycle, we don't have to do it. So how do we justify slitting someone's throat when we don't have to do that?
You don't have to, but it's a choice. If you want to go, if you know
So it's a choice.
when you're eating the meat, you know that the meat has somehow died. It was a living thing. It somehow died. Same with plants.
Yeah.
You can't say plants are not a living thing because they are.
But they're not saying plants aren't like you. I wouldn't say you're the same as a carrot.
Without plants,
But I wouldn't say
we wouldn't be able to live.
Yeah, 100%. You're absolutely
Exactly.
right. So we need plants to survive.
Right.
We don't need animals to survive.
Animals need plants to survive. It's just the way we people like eating meat. Meat gives us protein more than.
No,
like-
protein comes from plants. We just discussed that.
Yeah, I know, but you'd get more protein.
No,
off an
no.
animal.
All protein comes from plants.
Yeah, I know, but you'd get more protein off an
No,
animal.
no, you don't. The science states, look, you probably don't know this, and I totally understand because I didn't know for years as well. The science states there's no difference in how much muscle mass you can build, whether you eat animals or whether you eat plants.
Okay, Arjun, what do you think of this, brother?
I'm already giving my opinion. I agree with what they're saying.
No, look, I understand. Most of the time it comes down to taste. You've always done it. And you probably never thought about this before. But I've actually seen the victims with my own eyes. I've seen them go into slaughterhouses, but they're all babies. They are all afraid and they are crying in pain. They are suffering. All of them have their throat cut. Or pigs at 6 months old go into gas chambers. If we can live in a way that does not hurt animals like that, would you agree that is the best way?
Yeah, it is the best
Yeah.
way, but then again, it's a cycle.
But we could still eat animals and not rape them, surely. Like,
But do you think animals should have rights protecting them?
yeah.
Yeah?
Bro, they don't even know what rights are, man.
Do you think they should just have rights protecting their bodily autonomy,
Yeah, that'd be
the
good.
right to their own life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right to their own life, they can't think for themselves. How are they going to live their own lives?
So you don't think they should have the right to their own life? They've been born into a world
I
of pig.
think if they could defend themselves and they could stop it from happening, then they could live that life for themselves, but they can't.
Wow.
why
So
should
might makes right. So if there was a baby here who
a
couldn't
baby is a
defend
human
themselves,
who can develop into someone who can defend
no, as a baby,
How can
you're absolutely wrong. So that justifies putting them in slaughterhouses. So a baby who can't defend themselves, if there's just a baby on the floor over there, I'll be like, oh well.
It's a human.
I can, no, that's not what you said.
It's
That's
two
not what you
different
said.
species. I said
That's
if
not what
a
you said.
cow could defend itself and create that lifestyle for itself, then sure, have it, but it can't.
That's a really
And I
like.
said that if a baby can grow into someone who can do that for themselves, a baby is the exact same like species
It's
as
irrelevant.
me.
It's irrelevant.
How?
It's irrelevant.
If you can, the exact same way that we
That's like
as a
saying
species have
you can
developed
defend
to our
yourself, but if
lifestyle.
I win against you and I
Sit down.
can slit your throat or throw you in a gas chamber, then that's okay. So you think it's okay when Hitler put all the Jews in gas chambers because they couldn't
That's
defend
taking that
themselves?
so out of
No,
context.
it's exactly what you're saying. I'm just
Because
putting
he
your
wasn't-
argument back on you.
You can't justify what he did. It's not justifiable.
How do you justify what you're doing?
Because I just said, if we as humans have developed to live this type of lifestyle, if another animal can't do it, it's exactly how the world works. Like,
No.
animals prey on animals who cannot defend themselves. That's what we do. That's what every single animal does,
No, they don't.
unless it eats like
No, they
I'm
plants.
like, surely you should be
The
able to
majority of animals eat plants, and it doesn't matter.
No,
It
the
doesn't.
majority of there's so many animals that kill other animals to eat
A small
food.
percentage, yeah. Wait. A small percentage, yeah. But who cares? Because you don't have to. So how the hell are you
Neither do
justifying
those
this?
animals have to kill
Of
other
course they
animals.
do. Does a lion? Does a lion have Tesco's? Does a lion
A
have pasta?
lion has so many different food choices, and it makes a choice
Like what?
to do it. Whatever. What's
A lion? Does a lion have Tesco's? Does a lion have Tesco's?
Does a lion have grass?
Does a lion have
Does a lion
Tesco's?
have
They're a
grass?
carnivore.
Exactly.
really
So why
survival.
can't humans be carnivores and do the exact
You
same thing?
can't
that
just
this
choose, oh, I'm a carnivore now. You can survive and thrive without eating animals and milk
And I'm sure
eggs.
that they could too.
No, but they can't.
Says who? You?
You know the difference between a carnivore, omnivore, herbivore?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
One eats animals, one eats.
One eats meat, one eats plants, one eats both.
Yeah, because
So
they,
we're omnivores, we just eat both.
What
no,
about
you don't have to. You don't have to. Do you understand? You don't have to.
All animals are omnivores. All of them.
Okay, we'll have a debate after. You got.
No, you can do it.
I just don't understand. You even said your mum is a vegan.
Yeah.
You're looking at a vegan, and those two are vegans.
Okay.
How are we alive right now?
Wait, can I quickly say something?
Yeah.
What about before humans, when animals used
You
to
can
eat
sit down if
animals?
you like, because you seem like you got
No.
good questions.
I've got to go soon. We've got 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
quick one.
All right, go on.
Before humans, animals used to kill animals, right?
Sorry, say that before
We can't.
humans.
Before,
Yeah.
so dinosaurs, for example, they used to kill animals.
Yeah, some. There was herbivores too.
Yeah, but we can't physically scratch an animal or bite into the animal to kill them. We
Exactly.
have certain ways to kill them. That's one of our ways to kill them. So when a dinosaur or an animal of like their predator would be able to bite into them and kill them like that, we can't do that. We have to use physical force.
Yeah, 'cause
like
we're
in
not
their
we're not
brains.
natural hunters.
No,
we're not natural.
exactly. So animal abuse is wrong, yeah, but it's a way that we have to. The only way we can do it is that.
Yeah, but we don't have to do it.
We don't have to do it, but the
Yeah.
only way to get meat is to do that.
Yeah, and that's the point. We don't have to do it. So you have a choice every day. Like you physically have the power to participate in the worst violence, abuse, and murder. That's like en masse. Or you can just live in a way where you don't. I mean, nothing really changes for you when you go vegan. You eat all the same stuff, just without the victim in, and it's so
Right.
liberating because. Like, if you, I can see you actually are a really nice guy,
Yeah, thank
and I really appreciate your questions. They're really honest questions, and I truly believe if you have seen what I have seen, it would just change your perspective.
I rang up on meat, as I suppose you was
So
as
was
well.
I,
But
yeah.
people can change. People are bringing up on not meat, so they're straight into veganism.
Yeah,
But personally,
yeah. Do you want to see just?
I don't know. Arjun, how long we got? Well,
All right.
it was nice talking.
Okay, let me give you a card then. Thank you so much
Oh,
for
can I
the
get your
conversation.
YouTube channel as well?
Yeah, it's Mel and Steve. If you go on this and watch those documentaries.
Yeah.
They're
Is
really
the
like-
YouTube channel on this?
No, but our YouTube's called It's Mel and Steve. But just remember, the whole time you're not vegan, animals are screaming inside slaughterhouses for you, and you guys are better than that. It's much stronger to be a defender and a protector than it is to be an oppressor to little babies.
Can I just
Thank you so much, guys.
Can I just say
It's Mel and Steve. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thanks, guys. See ya. Yeah, sorry.
I don't disagree with anything you're doing and all of that, but we are all children, and a lot of the time it's cheaper to just get fast food or meat or whatever. Not everyone can afford to be vegan, so like it's fine if you want to be, but I think especially me, I don't always have the money to get all the vegan foods, and it's just cheaper to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
meat and stuff.
I understand, but that point doesn't hold up.
Yeah, I know.
And it's
I'm just saying,
No, I'm
like-
just going to explain
Yeah,
because
go on.
I thought the same before I was vegan. The cheapest foods on the planet are vegan foods, like your beans, your legumes, lentils, potatoes. Even the vegan alternatives now on par. And an Oxford study came out recently that's actually 30% cheaper to be vegan.
But you have to get like the things yourself. Like it's honestly, it is just easiest to.
So if
go
it was
into
cheaper-
food.
McDonald's
safer, yeah.
You got McCann.
£3.
But
Yeah, but that's not a pound.
okay, so if it was made out of dog, would you make the same excuse?
Well, no.
No.
But I don't have a pet cow.
But it doesn't matter. What's the trait that is different between a dog and a cow that just buys cow?
to eat.
Well,
Culture,
yeah,
okay.
it is culture. Like I'm not disagreeing with that, but the cows are bred to be food.
And so are dogs.
Not in my culture, and it is culture.
Okay, if you're in China, you would eat dogs there?
If it's part of the culture,
You would eat dog, really?
I'm open
You
to
would,
any
you would
culture.
pay someone.
You were born and raised.
You would pay you would pay someone to boil dogs alive and cut their throats
I don't discriminate
because of
against
their culture.
I don't
Really? That's a dangerous line to go down.
I'm a minor, yeah, and it's whatever my parents and my family
They're
and
minors,
the
they're
people
babies.
and the people
They're
around
babies.
me teaching me.
Yeah, it is.
So you
They're babies.
No, you're
justifying putting animals in slaughterhouses, and you're making up excuses
You're also
for it.
interrupting me when I'm trying to speak, which I don't.
Why are you an
like.
extremist?
I'm not an extremist.
What, it is extreme.
It's not extreme.
Do you think it's not extreme to cut someone's head off?
It's not someone.
You're extreme.
They're not someone now?
He's an extreme.
Someone
So
is
your dog's not a someone?
You're being
No,
extreme.
he's a dog.
No, they're not a thing. There is someone.
Okay,
Someone lives inside that body, right?
I respect you.
I don't care.
So-
You respect me. I'm here for the animals in gas chambers.
surely speak to
who
the
are
farmers.
crying. I speak to farmers too, but you have the power. You should watch what happens to the animals.
That's
Do you
what
know
I'm
how
saying.
old? Do you know how old that chicken was?
Yeah.
Do you know how old? You don't talk about minors. Do you know how old that chicken was?
12 years old, maybe.
At least 18.
42 days old.
No
A
way.
little baby.
Wait, how do you know that?
I'm an animal rights activist. Look, how would you feel if someone came over to you with dog bone in their hand? I've got chickens at home who I've rescued. How would you feel if someone came over to you with a dog bone in your hand?
Big up Pepe's.
And it was like, ha ha ha.
Have you ever had Pepe's? Big up Pepe's.
But I used to eat animals myself. I used to eat them
How long have you been vegan for?
for nearly 4 years.
Oh, so you know you explain. Why after 3 years have you became like extreme?
I saw what happened inside. I'm not extreme. I used to be extreme. Because I used to pay other people to cut animal heads off for me. I used to drink the breast
It's a little
milk.
bit extreme to set up a table in town and talk to children.
What's more extreme? Eating literal beings.
That's normal, mate.
Tell me how much that costs. Tell me how much that costs.
because it's the
This
other
costs
side.
£3.50.
£3.50. How much is it to make a vegan meal? A lot. And we have like 20 minutes of lunch break. So if
Literally
they want to
no.
give me an hour, then I'll make a vegan meal.
People like you only say things like you do because you've never even looked
Because I'm
at it.
16 years old and I don't know any better. Maybe.
Yeah, well, you're not educated on it. And that's why I'm here, educating the public. Yeah?
Do you agree with that factory? You know the factory meat? Does that mean
You're back again. Do you mean lab grown? Do you mean lab grown meat?
yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. As long as animals haven't had their rights violated,
Did you know
then
that
go for it.
Let's call it.
Has anyone got any questions, or are you done?
I respect you and your decisions, and if you don't
Well,
respect
I
them,
don't
that's
care. I
fine.
want you to respect the animals that you're currently paying to pay cents to slaughterhouses.
I respect your decisions.
How would
and
you
maybe,
feel?
maybe when I'm older and I can afford it
No,
and I
no.
have the time for it, then I will be. But
It's
until
irrelevant.
then,
You're not a baby.
I don't
You're not a
mind.
baby.
I don't mind.
You're not a baby. Sorry. Say that,
Do you
sorry.
think this has actually made a difference to animals getting heads chopped off?
Yeah, we speak to people all the time who go
Or
vegan.
you argue with me and call me an extremist, it makes me just
I feel like
You are an
I just want to
extremist.
give you a chicken.
not an abuser.
Well, you are. If you pay for animal products, you are an abuser.
Very nice. As a grown woman, you should not be calling teenagers abusers.
You shouldn't be paying for babies to go to gas
Actually,
chambers. That was interesting. So we had a couple of really nice guys to start with, and actually the rest of the friend group stayed behind the camera, and they were like, no. But once we started talking, they wanted to be in front of the camera, and they wanted to start like shouting about what they want to say as well. And there was a few guys actually who I think had real compassion, and I really hope the one that shook my hand at the end watches those documentaries, because I think if I spent more time with him, maybe he was on his own, I could have really got through to him. And then obviously you got the triggered ones at the back eating animal flesh. But it's crazy because they always think vegans have been vegan their entire life, whereas I used to eat that as well. I used to eat the beans of tortured birds and the breast milk of cows, and I just had no idea, just like they have no idea. But hopefully some of them who had compassion can teach their friends.